PIMS focuses pretty heavily on the cosmetic space, working within the beauty industry and helping brands of small to conglomerate-sized businesses to work on many influencer projects, warehousing, fulfillment, and so on and so forth. And we also work with agencies as well, PR agencies and marketing agencies, to service them with their client base as well. So that way, they can have a very fluid and well-oiled machine going out, and they can handle those influencer projects as well.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Jared Tang-Alejandro, Creative Marketing Manager at PIMS. How you doing today, Jared?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Andrew.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about PIMS.
Sure. So my name is Jared, as you just mentioned. I do creative marketing for PIMS. So I've been working within the creative marketing field for a little over 6 or 7 years at this point. Started off really just trying to figure out some graphic design stuff for fun, and it ended up becoming a real big passion. So for the past year, a little bit over a year, I've been working with PIMS to handle some creative marketing projects, and as well as manage all of their creative marketing campaigns. And we've been kind of moving stream full out ahead since.
Great. Please tell us a little bit about PIMS and what they do.
Sure. So PIMS is the go-to marketing support agency for over 35 years. We specialize in warehousing, fulfillment solutions, and particularly focus on beauty as well as consumer goods. Our expertise lie in providing personalized send-outs and efficient fulfillment solutions globally. We work with tons of beauty brands, and we create custom boxing and warehousing and fulfillment solutions for them, so that way they can really have very breathtaking and impactful experiences that help influencers and influencers' followers feel something really special when they watch those videos.
Excellent. And what's the origin story for PIMS? How long have they been around?
Absolutely. So PIMS has been around for a little over 35 years at this point. They came actually originally as a British company, and they were a mail house working on personalized mailers and in that realm, and then eventually really started to evolve into what it is today, with an unwavering focus on remaining and crafting bespoke solutions that set us apart.
Great. And who are your clients? What sort of verticals are you servicing at PIMS?
Absolutely. So PIMS focuses pretty heavily on the cosmetic space, working within the beauty industry and helping brands of small to conglomerate-sized businesses to work on many influencer projects, warehousing, fulfillment, and so on and so forth. And we also work with agencies as well, PR agencies and marketing agencies, to service them with their client base as well. So that way, they can have a very fluid and well-oiled machine going out, and they can handle those influencer projects as well.
Excellent. And what are the most common problems you're solving for these clients?
It really starts with kind of a gap in supply chain, right? And that's kind of where the biggest issue really lies, is that for a while, what was happening is that people were, focusing all their energy and time, which is obviously important and the most impactful part of the business, but very important for them to focus energy and time on things that are going to make them immediate return on investment, right? So when influencer marketing came out and it was a little bit more popular, it was hard for brands to have a rolling schedule that really was, tip-top shape. And it was difficult for them to continue to move that forward without having to stop and go to focus on projects that were going to offer them immediate returns now, right? So really where that fell short was, structures and schedules that were kind of not able to be met, and milestones that were not able to be achieved because of the stop and go nature of that. So what really happened for us and really helped them kind of move that forward was by giving them the opportunity to have a warehousing and fulfillment solution where they can kind of just leave it to us, and we'll take care of all of those things that aren't going to offer them immediate money right now. So that way their team that's working in their warehouses can really work on fulfilling some of those projects that are going to be, e-commerce projects, which we still also do service that as well, but more on the lines of, high order, high volume type of projects, when we're working on building that very refined, perfect, personalized, send out that someone's going to get and receive and say, I need to take a picture of this right now and put it to my social medias and show the rest of the world what I received from this brand coming out of our warehouse.
Understood. And well, it sounds like you have solutions in place or had that lead into my next question, which is COVID was very challenging, especially in terms of supply chain. I will call it a crisis. At the time I was living in Los Angeles, and if you were anywhere near the coast, you could see 100 cargo ships lined up for miles waiting to get to port, sometimes for more than a month. So I assume you had a rather rabid fan base for your platform at the time. Tell me about how you were able to grow the business through COVID.
Absolutely. Well, as it was for everybody, COVID was a big challenge. And at the end of the day, the area that I think took the most, volatility there was being able to, people were kind of not buying as much for a while, right? And that is where we were able to fill those gaps, right? And a lot of those companies also were downsizing their businesses. So things like warehouses were, they didn't really know where to put them. They know that the overhead cost was huge. So they actually ended up relying on us to have a lot of those products in-house, right? So we would end up having that, being able to be an efficient source for them to reduce their costs and reduce their overhead in that turn as well, but then also still be able to supply their customers with the products they need. So we became a very efficient and, no pun intended, influential part of their supply chain. And then on top of that, you had to start meeting your consumers where they were, right? Everybody's staying inside. So retail, locations were closing down. There wasn't as much trips to stores, if there was any at all. So where they got their marketing was a lot of influencer marketing build, right? So we were supplying the influencers and the marketing channels that were necessary for brands to still stay very relevant and very poised in a very volatile situation.
Nicely done. And what makes PIMS stand out from its competition? What differentiates you in the market today?
I think that's a pretty deep question, right? So I think it starts not only from the inception of PIMS and how far it's come since its very humble beginnings to how big of a momentum that we're kind of seeing now and the global push that we're making here. And I think that another area is that the personalized nature of what our business can provide to businesses as well as consumers across the board really make people feel special, right? And that connection that they're receiving through the relationship they're building with the brands that they love and continue to use is really what pushes those brands forward. So we're able to provide that very personalized, very special environment that really makes a consumer say, wow, I feel important not only to this brand, but now I can showcase how wonderful, I have content now to showcase how wonderful this brand is treating me and how they will also treat you if you were to purchase from them as well.
Excellent. Well, so PIMS is helping fuel and supply influencers with the tools to tell their story. How are you telling your story? What role has content played in the growth of PIMS?
Content has played a tremendous role in growth of PIMS. We've been really able to create an interesting marketing, I guess you could say, social experience on our own that isn't quite on the influencer side of the scale, but we're telling the story of not only our own business, but the business of some of the clients that we work with as well. By being able to showcase some of the examples of work, we're able to use, our vehicles to showcase not only that these brands have wonderful personalization opportunities with their consumers, but also that we can provide that level across the board to everyone, right? And we're proud of the work that we produce, and our clients are proud of the work that we produce. So by crafting a very well-oiled marketing engine, we can call that, we're really able to provide a catalog of not only knowledge and brand awareness, but also a catalog of the capabilities that we provide, and a catalog of how influential some of these boxes end up and iconic some of these boxes end up being.
Excellent. All right. All right. Look down the road a year. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
Absolutely. So looking down the road a year or so, I'd like to be able to say that we've achieved around 150% increase in following, and significant improvements in brand awareness, as well as global market expansion, which we've been, working pretty heavily on at the start of this year. A huge push into global markets, and it's been a very, very exciting change of events and change of pace. So I'd like to see, our logo across all across Europe, all across Asia, like it's starting to be now, and we're starting to see some of those brand recognition for countries that we're a year ago wishing that we were a part of, and now, today it's almost like we're already there.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Please tell everyone what your URL is, where they can find PIMS, and what social media outlets you're using these days as well.
Absolutely. So you can find PIMS online at www.pimsinc.com. That's one word straight, PIMS Inc. INC. And you can also find us on LinkedIn and Instagram, are the two channels that we are most we're pushing the most content out right now at, as well as YouTube, where you can see some of our videos for what we call Minutes with Mike, which takes you on a journey throughout all of our departments and shares the ways that we can embed ourselves into your process.
Excellent. Jared Tang-Alejandro of PIMS, thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. I wish you and yours and PIMS all the best in the future. May your brand be ubiquitous.
Thanks so much for having me, Andrew.
My pleasure. Be well.